Hail Caesar, the monkey overlord of Staten Island. We will obey what we have under your command. And, oh wait, it's not the future. Oh, hey everybody, welcome. This is the RJ Show, and I'm RJ. Hey everybody, I know the school year is over for you guys because you just finally took up your finals, you finally went with your counselors, and you're trying to figure out what on earth you want to do in your life. Whether you're going to go to college, or you're going to go to the military, or at least get to work. That is if you can find any jobs around here. But I know why you guys are all here today. Because you want to discuss about what issues you have about prom night. Well, I just want to tell you about prom night personally. It is one of the most overrated events I have ever seen in my high school life. I don't know about you, but seeing people driving their Hummers or their limousines or trying to show off with a Pinto or some recalled GM car that's been around for the past 10 years, I think it's pretty much overrated. But let me tell you this, was it all worth it just try to please the prom queen? The answer is no, because number one, the prom queen doesn't care about you, and number two, all she cares about is the pocketbook and maybe a pair of Gucci's. Unlike you guys who had issues with prom night, I know there had been extreme circumstances when you know prom night is going to be a really, really bad night. So here, I'm going to discuss 10 events that you do realize prom night is going to suck. Number 10. You just find out you just senior prank your prom queen by spilling a pool of blood on her face, and it turns out she actually had the power to control the universe. Number 9. You realize that your pet gerbil is actually running through the schoolyard and actually dig up marijuana in the back of the principal's office. Number 8. Your gym teacher came out of the closet. Literally. Number 7. The Toxic Avenger accidentally sniffed some bath salt and started eating the brains out of a Marvel zombie. Number 6. Oh, hi, Mark. Number 5. You realize that the pie you ate in the office has actually been had a little extra ingredient that you didn't want to discuss about. Number 4. Vladimir Putin accidentally crashed into Crimea and started drinking vodka in front of City Hall. Number 3. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were supposed to make a movie deal, but it turns out they were actually card counting in 21. Number 2. Monkey overlords. And the most number one thing that you realize, that the prom night is gonna suck all at once? Wait. I'm gonna get you the expense. I'm gonna give the suspense. You just realize your favorite Pokemon has been shot down by the hunter who thinks machine guns out there. Now for this special segment, we're actually going to discuss about movies. And the next upcoming movie that's coming around in late June is actually Transformers 4. And I know what you're thinking. Number 1, yes, Michael Bay sucks. Number 2, yes, Michael Bay sucks. And number 3, what was Michael Bay thinking about doing a sequel? But enough of that. We're going to discuss about the origins of the Transformers. Now, for those who don't know what the Transformers is about, it's basically a big hype about toys that transforms not only into robots, but also to your favorite automobiles. Like for instance, your favorite Transformers could turn into a police car, or maybe a space shuttle, or a big, huge planet. But enough of that. We all know about the situation we all seen about the first few Transformers movies. And of course, we all know we're going to predict that the fourth one is probably just going to be equally as bad. But first, let's just go back into the Transformers, the worst situation Transformers we've ever experienced. Well, of course, the first Transformers movie, obviously, it needs to work a few kinks and everything, needs to get into the thing. But explain to me, Why would you explain this kind of joke to the audience? Okay. I understand you're trying to appeal to the kids, but this movie is actually rated PG-13. And not just that, these Transformer fans are actually pretty much in their mid-20s, late 20s if I'm not mistaken, because obviously they were like around 1985 or 86. But there was no reason for it. But so, okay, we give it a little free pass because obviously it's the first of the series. We all think the sequel will be better, right? Well, unfortunately, we had to deal with the WGA strike, where not only most of the talented writers are on strike, we also have to deal with Michael Bay trying to come up with something other than explosions and special effects. And instead of that, we get something like this. Okay. For the past 3 to 4 decades, we have situations about ethnic slurs. We have Disney trying to forget about creating Song in the South, even though we have Splash Mountain we always love to ride during our family reunion. But what was Michael Bay smoking when he had to put these two characters into the spotlight? It even makes Jar Jar Binks look decent in comparison. And you thought that it would probably be the end of his career, but nope, he created a third one. But guess what? Megan Fox opened her big fat mouth, which I couldn't be surprised why, and we get something like this. I don't get it. I heard she was a lingerie model, but I don't get it. I don't get about her. I don't care if she was supposed to replace Megan Fox, but you do realize that models don't make great actresses, right? Right? Hey, I'm talking to you, Cindy Crawford. Hello? And now we're gonna go for the fourth and hopefully the final movie, which unfortunately I don't know what to say about it. Let's take a look at that one. What else can I say? I mean, Michael Bay. I try not to hate on Michael Bay, but he makes it too easy. I actually like his Meatloaf music video, even though it's kind of cheesy. I actually like his Got Milk commercials, even though sometimes it's a little more exaggerated. But once he went to make some movies, we see his career just went down to the toilet, or at least in our upscale minds. But the thing is that his career should have ended at Pearl Harbor, okay? Or maybe possibly at Armageddon. But no, he actually got the rights to not only Transformers, but he also got the rights to Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which, by the way, he had the nerve to try to make them from outer space. Yeah, that's Transformers for you. I'm pretty glad that you're all gonna watch Transformers. I don't care if you're so faithful to your original toy line. He doesn't seem to care about whether or not it's going to harm or help the bottom line. He just knows that he got all the franchises and you have nothing to do about it. And also, if you're a big fan of the Ninja Turtles, you better prepare yourself for disappointment. So until then, we're gonna continue on to another segment on the show. Yeah, I also almost forgot. Speaking of prom night and also your future for school, I heard that you pretty much got disappointed when Community got canceled. But don't worry, NBC/Comcast actually has some new shows that you probably want to see. But we're not going to talk about those shows. We're actually going to talk about Fox for once. Now, a little backstory. For those who don't know about Fox, about 10 to 15 years ago, Fox was infamously known for making reality shows. including Temptation Island, Who Wants to Marry a Multi-Millionaire, and of course, the most famous one of them all, Joe Millionaire. Now, for those who don't know what Joe Millionaire is, it's basically supposed to be a dating show where these 10 eligible, or I don't know how many bachelors were there, are supposed to win the heart of a millionaire, but it turns out he's nothing more than just a janitor worker or a construction worker who actually is trying to get his big break. Well, I heard he actually got his big break, but he's just an underwear model. And it turns out, it's all a fake! And the bottom line is that, okay, she picked a potential suitor, and she found out that he's not a millionaire, and so, I don't know, my brain's turning up. But here's the thing. We all know that reality shows pretty much stink, but Fox, why would you make a show called I Wanna Marry Harry? Okay. Never mind the fact that he's supposed to be the Prince of England. Never mind the fact that he's the younger brother of Prince William. Never mind the fact that we all know that women are still into the royalty treatment and all the stereotypes we heard about the serial romances about marrying a prince or bagging a prince or whatever you want to say it, if you want to be politically incorrect or not. But whose bright idea was to make this show in the first place? Oh, for the love of! I could give one credit for Fox with this. It is something I can actually talk about for the rest of the summer. I can say that because number one, we all know about Chris having antics. Number two, we all know we have relationship issues. Number three, we all know women are still misbehaving. And not only that, we have to feel miserable for ourselves just because that we want to see schmuck like this.